Okay. Hello, everyone. So we're back. Imagine Blue crew here. I'm Chuku.
Scott.
OC.
Crystal.
And today we're going to talk about our skit. If you are watching right now, we just recently released a skit, and we're going to talk about our experiences about it, as well as future ideas coming through. So, Scott, you had something about that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I edited the skit, so,
Yeah.
so I probably spent the most time with it, basically. But after our session, which was the last, well, actually, I'm pretty sure Black Adam's gonna come out first. But like, our last podcast episode where we talked about, we brainstormed the skit, and then we basically went with the one that I came up with for DC and versus Marvel fans and how they react to that. But editing it was very interesting because it's like we did really fast takes.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's good because I don't have to like select which take I want to use. I'm just like this one, that one, we're done. But I really think that skit was based on, like, to me, why I like that skit was because like of the performances. That's basically it. Because like you two, when I was editing it, I was like masking out the green screen, stuff like that. I keyed it, but like some parts it still didn't look good without me like masking it. And you guys, I don't know if you guys know what masking is.
Yeah, well, I do.
Yeah.
No, what is it?
So it's basically like, imagine like this, the camera recording us. If I were to draw certain lines around me and Chuku, everything else behind us would disappear. That's a mask, right? So you can like create a mask where my hand is and basically replace it with something else, or double layer it and then make it glow, something like that. It's a very common editing technique.
Yeah.
Can be tedious.
The tedious part is because whenever somebody moves, you have to re-roboscope or mask it again.
Oh my gosh, that's annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, like, there are definitely techniques to make it a lot faster, if you have the right tools. And I was using After Effects, so it didn't take super long. But I did do the longer way at first, just masking it frame by frame.
Frame by
Oh,
frame.
God, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Yeah.
worried about.
Yeah, I should have used the rotoscope tool, the roto brush, but I only learned about that afterwards.
Okay.
I'm still very much a beginner when it comes to like VFX, but it was interesting because like I was just watching your guys' face the entire time, frame by frame, and then the reaction from you guys was like so funny, like just seeing you guys like go off.
Aw, great to hear. I love performing.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
by no means do I think it's like an amazing skit or anything, but it was our first one.
He's like, don't get it twisted. It's okay. But
No, I feel you. I think it's a good thing to like play around with, explore, see what works, see what doesn't, and then, expand our scope
Yeah.
through that.
Yeah.
that's so funny.
Yeah. Speaking about skits, I told OC what skit I had for us because I always think of long-winded skits. So I was thinking if we can do sort of like a American Idol parody, where it's like instead of it being like people singing like their own like personal songs, we do like an like anime opening intro. So it's like the skits are judging people based off who has the best anime opening intro or cartoon intro if we want to go there.
Okay.
But
Okay,
like
so-
we select one or something.
Basically, but it's gonna be like a parody where maybe we even have the camera and the person's like, the One Piece theme song was my favorite theme song. I was living my
They have
life.
their
and
like
all-
the sad
we have the sad
backstory
music and all
that
that,
has to go with
all
every
that.
contestant.
stuff like that. We got our Simon.
Do we have
got
to
our
actually
Cal.
sing? I don't know.
No, I'm gonna trust me. I'm gonna get people who will want to play into that, and then I'll have the people cast as Simon and all those other people. Like we're gonna have it. Like
Are the contestants like anime fans, or are they like the main character, like from the actual intro, and they're talking about like their backstory? Like, yeah, I was really affected by this thing that happened to me, where I like came up on like Sukuna's finger, and like I ate it, and like so that's why I'm performing this song, and it's like the intro.
that's a thought. I was just thinking about regular people, but maybe we might do the anime.
It could be like a cosplay
It would
type
be
thing.
easier to come up with the backstory because they already exist.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking for the backstory, it could be something simple where it's
Yeah,
like,
no, you're right.
I was bullied but then the Blade opening song, let it rip, made me rip my place. So
So
that
I
kind
let
of
it
thing.
rip.
So yeah, but yeah, the whole point is supposed to be sort of a mockumentary, sarcastic kind of parody of the whole.
Okay.
I like that.
I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be
Cute.
fun.
Yeah,
I like that.
Okay, so one thing I've been thinking about lately is how we've been talking about how we have certain interests and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and that we want to like try them out. And we did do the skit, which is great. That's like a good first step, I feel. But I'm thinking we can use more of this time to sort of like come up with stuff like what Juku just came up with. So if you can like solidify an idea, and then like we choose a day to make it happen
Okay.
and record it and stuff like that.
Okay.
I think that'd be very good. Like I like the fact that we're trying new things and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if each one of us can come up with something like that'd be like cool, I think.
I agree.
Very.
Yeah.
Fair,
Give
fair.
our interest time to shine.
Yeah,
on
and
the
it also
channel.
sort of plays into our name, like Imagine Blue. It's just like
Yeah.
we start coming up with
Yeah,
stuff
we
that we
definitely have
imagine
to
and then we make it
imagine.
happen.
Yes.
Who are we if we don't imagine on this channel? It would be a lie.
Yeah, I need to finish my Ozai Ozai kills Aang fan fiction.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember that.
I have it written.
Oof,
I have
dark.
parts of it written, but I just haven't like finished it yet. So I think if we were to do something like what I just suggested, that would be the project. I would wanna
Something
finish.
episodic. That's so cool. Like to be able to like bring that to life. Like, do you
Yeah.
mean like an actual like we perform parts of it, or are you just gonna like what are you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
Oh, with that, I'd probably just be like, maybe we can do a voice sort
Okay.
of drama.
Okay.
Would
Like-
Would you want to like commission like some art from people?
Yeah, or we can just do it ourselves. Like if you want to like try to voice any of the female characters that are bound to be in that fan fiction, like Atara or something.
No, I mean
Mm.
like well no for sure, but like aside from the voiceover, what else is it just gonna? What are you gonna do? Like slides of things? Like what is the format? Like where is this gonna go?
I see. I haven't really thought too much about
Hmm.
that aspect of it. I was just like finish, because like a fan fiction is essentially a piece of writing, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's what I imagine it as, just like, oh, finish the writing, and then
Yeah.
I'm
Everything
technically done with that
falls into
project
place.
afterwards, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
But we could turn it into more of a video thing as well.
Is it gonna have the same premise? Because I remember when I did the story about what was it? If the Airbenders didn't get destroyed by Ozai, we had the premise.
You mean
of,
Sozin, right?
didn't get destroyed by Sozin. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
My bad, Ozai. The premise was that was supposed to be sort of kind of like an origin to.
Yeah, we could still try that if you want, but it's really up to you.
Okay, I was just curious if we're doing the same. If you're doing the same thing with.
Yeah.
And,
But it's been a project that has been sitting there for a long ass time, so
Yeah.
like should get it done.
for sure. for sure.
Mm.
You guys feel like you have anything you like are itching to try, or
Well, I don't know. When you finish that script, are you gonna share or fan fiction? Are you gonna share it with us to
yeah, of course.
read? Okay. Well, I think I don't know. Like, well, now that you got me thinking that like maybe it could be adapted into another format. It's like maybe we can do that. Like, run away with it if we have the content. Like, maybe try to bring it to life in other ways. Like, we could either start with like a podfic, where that people will like read fan fictions and post them so people can
Yeah.
listen to them, or we could do like I don't know, episodic type things, or even if like there's not like live performances, like we could do the voice and then like art.
yeah, but I imagine it's not gonna be done anytime soon. It's gonna take some time to finish for me. And yeah, I was more on thinking in the lines of like, do you guys have any personal projects that you would like to like sort of start, and then we can sort of do it together, like any skits, sketches, ideas related to video, I guess.
I don't know. I like that Jubilee video we kind of tried with
The Batman
Batman stuff. So I want to do that, but I don't know. For me, I like it in a more like making fun of the format kind of thing. It's sort of a satire of
thing.
like
So you want
Of
to try
Jubilee
like
in
a
general?
parody format?
like it's a parody Jubilee format thing. So I'm into that kind of thing.
Okay.
So I'll definitely look up the topics and whatnot that we can parodize and whatever.
Yeah, parody,
Paradise.
paradise.
It's probably a word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. we could continue doing the skit exercise. I consider it successful. Maybe we can, replicate it until we strike gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the performance aspect of the skit that we did. So I like the possibility of doing more of that. But as far as like more creative stuff, that definitely is something that I'm like gonna have to
think about.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the skit stuff in general is still creative, like for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that it takes like a good amount of creativity and also good writing for it to actually land well and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think because I don't know if you guys know this, but for the skit that we created, I really rushed the idea of it and the script that I created for that skit. Like I literally did it in under 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something to be said about getting something done under a deadline.
Yeah.
And
I mainly did it because I was like, I have no time this week to do it, so I'm literally gonna do it right now and be like, all right, guys, I turned mine in. I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, I like deadlines. I think deadlines are great.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I know. We always have like a ton of ideas that we talk about, but this is a Sunday night. It's 5 p.m. and we all had a long weekend. But
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
No coffee.
I think it's good to just bring up the ideas. So if you guys are interested in the idea, we can always like try to make it a thing where we have like an active project going on for each person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm interested in like voice work. So if there's anything like scripted that like I can like somehow record and like, post somewhere, like I'd love to do that, or like a voiceover for anything, like, count me in. And like I agree with OC, like I kind of miss like performing like that. Like I used to be in like productions like way back when, like very young, and then I liked it a lot. So like it's just kind of cool just to flex that muscle, even if it's for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's try to come up with some ideas for the next time, so we have like a lot of conversations going on with all the different projects we have going on.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like make them happen.
And if anyone out there has ideas for us,
Oh, yeah.
let us know. Like maybe we can bring them to life if we like it.
If your
true.
idea is good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah, but I mean, personally for me, like in terms of the future of the podcast, like I want to try a lot of new things and not just stick to the whole like talking format of shows and movies. It's just personally for me, I don't consume that much unfortunately these days. So I'm just like, I don't have as much to talk about. So that's a primary reason I want to move towards like more project-based stuff for fun.
I mean, maybe we can make what's it called? Maybe one project base can be Scott's reactions, where we just talk about, we start out talking about a show and we're like, Scott, we need you to watch this. And then because it is a reaction video, you're going to force yourself to watch it. And then,
I mean, like, I don't mind doing reaction videos. I think reaction videos have, I'm entertained by watching reaction videos. Like, Corridor Crew is one of my favorite YouTube channels of all time. And they're one of their biggest series is like VFX artists react.
Yeah.
And then they talk about like the VFX in movies and shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I love it. So if we did something like that, I wouldn't mind being part of that. But like, I feel like we have to bring something to it that's like slightly different.
Oh yeah, of course. I definitely think.
I mean, I can bring my like I really don't want to be watching this like mentality, and then if it's actually really good, then I'll express that,
Yeah.
But that I don't think that's enough.
I think. So what I like about you, or at least what I've noticed that you bring a lot with the channels, that you have a very more critical lens. So I think if you could bring that logical, analytical lens to something, I think it would be an interesting perspective, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
We
That's
could
what
do
I
a whole like series of just like reactions to different parts of like She-Hulk.
Oh my god!
Yes.
I hate She-Hulk so much.
This is perfect.
I
Look,
hate
that
She-Hulk.
reaction is
man.
already really
is
entertaining.
genuine.
I mean, I feel like it would be
Dude,
amazing.
you told me to watch the Daredevil stuff. I did. I was like, this was not worth it. I was just like, oh my god, this is not even Daredevil. Like, isn't he with Karen or something? What is wrong with this? What is happening? I hate this.
I think it would be amazing to watch the finale
Exactly.
of that show.
Hey,
I did watch it.
You watched the finale?
Yeah, because
Oh my
I
God.
watched it all the way up to Daredevil. I was like, okay, I might as well watch the rest. I'm like all the way there. I'm like, what is wrong with this finale? This is the worst finale I've ever watched in my
You
life.
always do that, Scott. No one asked you to
Nobody
finish.
told you to watch the whole
No one
thing.
asked you to finish a series, but you do. You watched all of Kim's Convenience. I didn't even do that.
Neither.
So you bring it on yourself.
It's only because I had momentum. I stopped watching it.
That
at some point.
those awful episodes gave
Okay.
you momentum.
No,
You guys, it speaks
know
for
what- you
itself.
know what
I
we're
just
gonna
said
call this?
Scott
told you
reaction.
We
to
should
watch-
call this
I just said
segment-
watch the one
We're gonna call this
Matt
segment
Murdock
called-
Daredevil episode.
Okay,
I think the
thought-
segment should be called Scott's Guilty Pleasure. That's what
no,
we're gonna call
that's
it.
not.
Guilty
how it works.
pleasure is causing himself pain by watching the awful finales.
Okay,
of
that's
things.
not how it works. So what happened is, okay, I was like, maybe I need context to this Daredevil episode.
Oh no! There's no context to any
no.
episode in that show.
I didn't. I should have guessed that.
That's right.
honestly.
Yeah, I was about to say.
There's
That's-
no
that's my
context to
fault.
any episode in that show. They
don't
literally
know.
had a whole show with just a wedding.
Yeah, it's
that
true.
came out of
That was the
nowhere.
last episode
Okay.
I watched, and I was done.
To be fair, I did skip like every 5 to 10 minutes. I was just like, okay, what's happening?
He's just scrubbing.
No, that's the context I needed. You know, I was just like,
That's
okay,
fair.
what's happening?
That's fair.
Up to this point, because I'm like, okay, how does she actually meet him? And what's the reasoning? And then you're right. It was a pretty self-contained episode.
Yeah,
And it was kind of dumb, but
Oh man.
but it was only 20 minutes.
I mean, if we want Scott to watch bad shows, I have a one bad show I recommend for you. It's called Riverdale.
dude, I'm
I
not
don't
gonna watch
know.
it. I'm not gonna.
We need to.
Okay.
Just watch the first season of Riverdale.
I did not watch that episode of She-Hulk because it was bad. It was because you guys said it was good. That's
didn't
why
I
watch
never
it.
say anything.
I didn't listen. I didn't watch
I
it.
didn't watch none of that.
Yeah. See, Chuku and I knew to stay
We
away.
need to stay
So
away.
I thought his costume looked stupid too, by the way.
I even said if you want to see Daredevil, you can just watch the fight scenes on YouTube. That was my recommendation.
You're right. OC, what do you have to say for a
Hey,
second? I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying. I just wanted to let you guys know that Daredevil is back, and this is how he's gonna be. If you wanted to,
if that is
you wanted to
really
know,
how he's gonna be,
that's how he's gonna be.
keep
I-
it. Yeah.
I cannot.
That's how he's
I
gonna be.
cannot.
That is not my Daredevil.
I saw a lot of comments on YouTube being like, "Oh, it's great, whatever." I'm like, what? Are you guys even
It's
the people
weird.
who watch the Netflix series?
No, I don't think they are.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm not like.
At that last episode, man, what happened? It's like they're trying to be smart and funny about it, but like
It failed.
it completely failed. It's like not even close to being.
I saw
Do you want to go
somebody-
into it? Because I don't care about being spoiled.
Me
Chuku,
either.
You didn't
I
I
don't
watch
give
saw
a
it,
fuck.
right?
somebody. I
I'm
saw somebody
interested.
describe it like, okay, so the finale of She-Hulk is basically the white woman finds the manager and complains and gets everyone arrested. That's the finale of She-Hulk.
The white woman finds the manager. Is the manager a white person or what?
I mean, I don't know how deep you want to get into.
I'm just trying to understand the.
It's
So
it's
basically-
Karen.
Do you guys know
it's
what
Karen.
happened, though?
Okay, it's
She's a Karen.
She's a Karen.
And she finds the manager, and for once it works out, and everyone gets arrested. But
Yeah.
do we like this? Did
No,
Did you
it
like
was
this?
a terrible finale.
Yeah, it was the worst finale. It was
yeah.
like it was like trying to parody itself, but like it ended up just like
So they
falling apart so utterly completely that it makes
Yeah.
zero sense.
tried
Like
to
zero
do,
sense. Like
they tried
no
to
sense.
run away with the whole concept of or you know how She-Hulk breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah.
She breaks the fourth wall, and they basically ran away with that whole concept by literally having her break out of her show into the whole Disney studios.
Okay.
She finds the writers, and she literally is like, "What are you guys doing? What's going on? This is terrible writing." She literally has
Interesting.
that whole
So
dialogue.
they're playing that argument
They're
where it's
playing
like,
that argument.
hey man, we know our show is bad, so you can't criticize us.
And then she goes to Kevin Feige, and Kevin Feige is a robot that is controlling all the stuff that is happening in the MCU. It felt pretty narcissistic, to be honest. But he's this like all-knowing robot that she complains to, and she's like, "Okay, you need to fix my show right now." And she goes back to her show, and everybody's arrested.
I beg you guys, do not watch it. It will waste.
You guys are making
your
it sound
time.
kind of entertaining.
No,
but
no. I'm literally begging you not to watch this. This will like hurt your brain. It will like hurt you as an audience member, like
Just
viewing this.
Watch the Daredevil episode if you're curious about how Daredevil is going to be in the MCU. Just watch that episode. It's only 20-something minutes. It's not that much. And I didn't think it was
when
that
you
bad,
say that,
honestly.
is he a mainstay in the MCU? What is what is his next project in the MCU?
No, I mean he's gonna have a show.
Is he?
Yeah,
he
like
is,
18 episodes.
But
show.
I'm curious, is that really going to be his portrayal from now on?
I hope not.
I just think maybe it's just a She-Hulk.
I pray to God no.
Well, okay, so part of it is the fact that he's in this show, which is a She-Hulk show, and they've talked about how they wrote Matt Murdock to be more lighthearted.
Yeah,
in
but
this
that's her show. I don't think they're going to change that for the actual series.
That's the thing. We don't really know yet. We don't know if they're going to
Please don't. Please
keep him like this,
Please don't.
or if they're gonna go back a little bit more to how to the
No.
dark and gritty aesthetic.
But why
that we
would
are
they
used to.
move away from the way they established him
Exactly.
in She-Hulk? Because She-Hulk is part of the MCU continuity.
The thing
and
is-
if Daredevil
everything
is
in
part
She-Hulk that happened is stupid.
Yeah. No.
but it's canon.
But
it's
here-
canon to the MCU, isn't it?
But here's the here's the thing. I think I'll ask what you think about this. I think that the way that Charlie Cox portrayed Daredevil in the show, I think he did a good job of like having it still carry the same spirit of the Daredevil that we're used to, even though he's amongst all this stupid stuff that's happening right now. I think his performance that he brought in the She-Hulk show was still good. I think his performance was still good.
Okay, his performance wasn't bad.
That's just Charlie Cox being
but-
Charlie
but-
Cox, and we love it.
But if we're just watching his performance, why watch the whole episode? No, I'm just being real.
I mean, it's just the
Just
way that
scrub
I'm
for
like
his
the way
moments.
that I thought about it was like it's just to 20-something minutes. It's like
that's true, but it's like
there's no. You don't have to not
Yeah.
watch the whole episode. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it.
Yeah, please don't.
If you don't want to watch it,
Audience
don't watch
members who have not seen She-Hulk, don't see it. Just don't. Don't watch it.
There was
That
a
show is
lot
not
of-
worth crap. It's
it.
the
There was
worst
a
show
lot of
I've ever
stupid
watched
stuff
ever.
that happened in that episode.
Dang.
Like in
I
the
don't
past 5
understand
years.
why She-Hulk was throwing cars, like to fight Daredevil. Like that made me mad. I'm
What
like,
the hell?
She could have killed him.
You're a lawyer. You're willfully destroying property. You know the consequence of this. She destroyed a whole parking lot, and I'm like, you know better than this. Like that's not how she would fight. But I don't know. The writing was bad.
This
and
is
they know that the
robot
writing
Kevin
was bad.
Feige's fault. Sorry.
Yeah.
yeah, blame it on the man.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the writing is bad, says She-Hulk. Says
And that's a crime to like Tatiana Maslany too, because she's a great performer.
She did what she could.
She did what she had to do. She did what robot Kevin
She
Feige
wasn't
told her
bad.
to do.
I don't think the acting was bad in the show, generally speaking, for the most
it's
part.
just everything about the show sucks.
The direction, the writing was bad.
It's random.
Yeah, but
I hate that show with
No.
passion.
we don't know how he's gonna be in his own show. Daredevil, he might. Hopefully, they get writers who can actually write legal drama, because that was another thing that was missing from the show. Is like all the legal stuff didn't make any sense until this episode. Actually, like the Daredevil episode had some legal stuff that actually was like, oh, like this seems legit from like a writing perspective. But everything else in the show, even though it's supposed to be like a legal procedural, none of the legal stuff made any sense.
Yeah, they need to watch Suits or
They
Law
do.
and Order SVU.
Yeah,
They
or,
need- they-
Or
need-
Better
they-
Call Saul.
They just
Yeah.
need to not make any more. That's it.
sure.
Ever.
You
They
might
need
be
to not
right.
even make any more
She-Hulk.
Marvel series.
Yeah, you might be right about that. No more
But I just
Marvel.
want to say, Chuku, were you not entertained by this, by
Yes.
Scott's reaction?
Yes, exactly. I was literally
That
thinking
speaks
to
for
myself.
itself. I think we
I
found
guess.
our next segment, y'all, and it's Scott reacts to She-Hulk.
Well, if not She-Hulk.
No.
But
Okay.
reacts to stuff.
If not She-Hulk, I don't know what it is, but I do like seeing you pissed off. I will say it's
What?
very entertaining.
You do like seeing
It's
it.
because no, for really,
just
you're usually so
entertaining.
calm and like
It's
buttoned
very very
But then when
entertaining.
someone brings up something like just egregiously stupid, you're like, ah!
So
you just have to say something.
If we can't piss you off, maybe we could try to get you into something. Because I remember you mentioned when we were talking about the Cartoon Network stuff, you never seen Kids Next Door or Boondocks. So maybe it would be interesting to see Scott's reaction to these shows. You know, a Boondocks, a Kids Next Door.
Yeah, and it could be stuff that's like whatever is relevant, like in
Yeah.
popular culture
And
right
I
now.
feel like with the beauty part with Kids Next Door, because it makes references to all these other shows, you can actually point that out, and it'd be more like people could see like, okay, this guy's informative about something, so it's not just a reaction.
And you haven't watched House of Dragons, so that's like one thing too. That's like another thing that's popular right now that
Yeah.
you can react to, quote
Yeah.
unquote.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, like, reaction videos, I feel like the best kind are like us compiling and curating what's going to be seen, like the moments. So if we were to have done a She-Hulk one, then we'd compile all the dumbest moments from that show and then watch it together and then be like explaining why this moment is
No.
so dumb,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
You're right. We would have to do our due diligence. We would have to be the ones to come up with the sizzle reels to show you. And that would also
Yeah.
give us the opportunity to kind of do a little more work and a little more editing
Yeah.
for you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. We'll find dumb moments of
Yeah.
stuff and be like, here we go.
Yeah, give us some,
If
give
you guys really
ourselves some
want.
editing
This
practice.
is funny.
Yeah, but I guess I like the idea of trying something new, and that's definitely new, so
Yeah.
we can try something like that.
Maybe we'll just surprise you with like a random like sizzle reel one day.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll be like,
Yeah.
hey, react to this.
Yeah. Sounds-
That would be fun. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But good idea, guys.
I know. You were looking real tired before we brought up She-Hulk.
Exactly,
and then
exactly.
the energy like
The
came out
energy
of
came in,
nowhere and you
yeah.
got so angry.
Exactly.
Yeah, I am really tired though. Like I'm still
No,
tired.
me too. Me too.
That's fine.
We had a long weekend, all of us. It's just how this time of year is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Halloween parties
Yeah.
and everything. All right, well, let us know what you're doing for Halloween, and we will catch you guys in the next video. Hopefully, you enjoyed this random brainstorming plus She-Hulk segment.
Rant.
Rant.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.